Hey Internet, welcome to Worldview Everlasting, your favorite YouTube addiction, and this is your daily fix, an ongoing commentary on life, death, the world, the church, and what the Bible says God thinks about all of it. So here's a fun one. Yesterday, Whoopi Goldberg on the show The View, a show about let's put all our opinions together and find truth through somehow just saying what we think, decided to kind of raise the bar of the equality of all religions by comparing Christianity to Nazism. Now, as we all know, the fastest way to win an argument is to call your opponent a Nazi, and in our day and age where there isn't any truth and ad hominem attacks actually work, it can be pretty effective. Although yesterday it wasn't. It was in response to the comment by another host, which was this: Timothy McVeigh was a Christian, just saying, right? So some guy who blew stuff up somewhere, he was a Christian. Now, is there truth to this matter? We're not going to, who knows? We won't check facts here, but apparently Christianity taught him to go blow things up. Well, in response to this comment, which is kind of inane in its own right, Whoopi wants to raise the bar. And so she drops this gem. There have been a lot of monster Christians, she says. Hitler was a Christian. Now that comment is so far out there that even her liberal co-hosts wonder about it and they won't back her up. Now here's a fact. Hitler was not a Christian. Hitler was raised in a formerly Christian nation that had been destroyed by secular liberalism. The Christianity of Hitler's day within the unionized churches of Germany didn't even really believe the Bible was true, much less believe most of the things the Bible says, like, say, the resurrection of Jesus was central and all that. Now, there were Christians who did believe this, but the churches were in a total state of disrepair, and so was the culture. Hitler himself was more of a pagan and in that a fascist. He believed in the will to power, the Nietzschean idea that the Superman, the great man, is the one who compels all people to submit to his will. Hey, kind of like Islam anyway. He did make use of something called the German Christian movement, which was a twisting of the words, right? An infiltration of the churches through these people who called themselves German Christians. They were in fact just Nazis, and they wanted to spread Nazism, and so they got into positions of leadership and power in the church and began to talk about Nazism, which is fascism, which is a belief that the community should be run by a supreme leader. They did that in the church instead. Now, if you're going to call that Christianity, well, then you're just ignorant, because that's not Christianity. Christianity is what the Bible says. If you want to know what any religion teaches, you should go to its actual holy text. Now, there are religions out there that the holy texts don't make any sense and contradict themselves. Christianity is not like that. And if you want to know what it means, you should ask a Christian who's well-versed in those texts what it means. In the same way I would say if you want to know what Islam is, you got to go to the text and ask the Muslims who pay attention to their texts what the texts mean. So when you ask the Muslim who says, well, that text doesn't mean anything, we ignore that text, well, that's not the one you listen to tell you who the religion really is. Sad thing is, when you ask the Muslims who actually care about all the texts of the Quran, what they believe, they're the ones that are, well, blowing stuff up. Now, I'm all for the moderate Muslim. God love you, God redeem you, God give you the news of Jesus Christ and how he saved you from your sin and how all his need for you to justify yourself isn't even there. But for goodness sakes, would we stop comparing religions to other religions without having any knowledge of the matter? And if you really want to be worried about something out there, be worried about this fact: the deconstruction of our ability to think about real truth with real ideas, to actually support what we're talking about with facts in history and come out on the other side with real knowledge, instead devolving into a world where we just assert left and right what we feel as a way to demolish what we don't like.
There's a whole bunch of boneheads on both sides.
Well, Whoopi, I'd have to agree with you at least on that one.